What's up, guys? Let's try back again here bringing another video. So got a quick minute, decided I'd do another Walking Dead video while it's on my mind. So this one's going to be just a question video, really, discussion. Who is the better leader, Rick or Shane? So at this point, you know, we've reached the mid-season finale. We've seen the whole situation with the barn and Sophia as a zombie and all this kind of stuff. And we've gotten to see sort of two different takes on leadership in the group and, you know, how Rick does things, how Shane does things, and how they differ. Now, in the most recent episode, we saw Shane kind of lose his head and, open up the barn full of zombies and just unleash them on the group. But that being said, too, in the first season, we did have Rick sort of go after Merle or try to save Merle, and while that happened, the camp was attacked and just got back in time, but a couple people did get bitten because of it. So it kind of brings up the question, who is the better leader? Which style of leadership is better in that situation? So I think when you break it down, you look at it. Rick's character kind of he's sort of like a nicer type of character. He doesn't view other people as the enemy. He views only zombies as the enemy, pretty much. And he wants to sort of expand the group and have everybody survive together. He's sort of an idealist, so to speak. So he's one extreme where he's too nice in this kind of world. The other extreme, of course, with Shane is that he's a realist, but he sort of has accepted the world that they live in and has decided that he's going to do whatever it takes, absolutely whatever it takes to survive and to keep at least Lori and Carl safe and maybe some of the other members of the group as well. So, in a lot of ways, these two are polar opposites in the way they do things and the way they, run the group and the way they make decisions. So which one is better? Who is the better leader? Obviously, this is an opinion-based question, so please feel free to leave a comment and we'll discuss. Me personally, I have to say that I think that probably Rick is the better leader, and here's why. Even though Shane is more realistic and, thinks more about survival and, is better in that aspect and isn't as nice to other people as Rick is, which I think is good. He is a hothead. He's a big-time hothead. We got to see it in the last episode of The Walking Dead. It infuriates him that Rick and Herschel are, trying to, kind of put the other zombies into the barn, and to the point where he just loses his head and just opens the barn full of dozens of zombies out on the group. Even though they had guns and everything, that's great and they were able to take care of it, but think of all the ammo he wasted just there. And not only that, think of, what if something went wrong? There would have been a way better way to, if they'd have just thought about it and they wanted to clear the barn out, they could have gone, up the side there, up that ladder, and just shot them all down from a higher level. They going and just letting them all out loose on the group like that, to a shooting gallery is, that's a very hot-headed decision. So I think when you have someone like that, even though he's probably better in terms of being more realistic, and Rick is kind of more of an idealist and is too nice sometimes, I still have to say Rick is the better leader. Shane being a hothead like that, making decisions like that, and being kind of crazy like that really puts everybody at jeopardy. And not only that, he's kind of a loose cannon too. The fact that he'll be pulling a gun on Rick 1 second, and he doesn't fire, but who knows what he would have done if Dale wasn't there. And then shooting Otis and that kind of stuff, which I guess was necessary for the time, and maybe Rick wouldn't have gotten out of that mess. Who knows? But I still have to say that I think probably Rick is the better leader in the group. And if you guys don't think that Rick or Shane is the best leader, who do you think? I know that there are other characters there, like Glenn, for example. Maggie seems to think that he's a very good leader and that he is leadership material. Me personally, I don't really think he is, at least not yet. I think he's way too nice and he's way too he's just too young. He's too fresh. He's got amazing skills, very useful skills, and I think anybody would want to have him in their group, being able to loot and raid very quickly and get in and out very fast. But I don't see him as a leader. Likewise, Daryl Dixon is kind of he's too much of a loner. He's kind of like that, like a hard ass on his own, but I don't think he has what it takes to be a leader of a group. Even though, he did do that whole thing with going after Sophia and all that, but, that hard-headedness got him in trouble, and it could have gotten him in trouble again if he would have gone out again. So I'd have to say I think definitely out of all the characters in the group, Rick is the best. Another character actually that would be very good as a leader is Dale. But the only thing with Dale is that he's even nicer than Rick in a lot of ways, and he can't really lead by example because of his age and stuff. And so I think he would be a decent choice. Maybe you could argue that Dale would be a better choice for a leader than Shane, but I definitely think that Rick is probably the best choice for leader in the entire group. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Feel free to write a comment. I do respond to comments, and we can talk about it. Later, guys. Peace.